She blew the lid off the water crisis, putting it in the national spotlight when she revealed lead was flowing through the veins of Flint's children.
Now, Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha is looking back on what's happened in the last 10 years. TV5's Blake Keller reports the crisis made Flint a nationwide leader on many fronts.
Money and power, then they care about us or our children.
Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha reads a blurb from her best-selling book, What the Eyes Don't See,
And what's kind of been an issue here in Flint,
to a group of people who came to see her.
we've had a ripple effect across this country.
It's a story of many things.
Refusing to accept the status quo, refusing to accept poisoned water, refusing to accept all these conditions that make it hard for our kids to be healthy and successful.
And people got to ask her questions
That sometimes those same agencies that are supposed
and understand the water crisis from her perspective.
But it's also a book that's filled with history and really kind of having this heightened antenna for injustice.
It was at Flint Public Library this month.
It was a great discussion.
Dr. Hanna-Attisha's notoriety began September 2015 after releasing a report
So despite switching back to Detroit Lake Huron water,
showing high levels of lead in kids
the water is not safe, and people need to know that.
and detailing the many effects lead has if consumed.
It increases the likelihood of a drop in your IQ, behavioral problems.
10 years later, a point of reflection.
And I never thought I would be at the center of one of our most emblematic environmental and public health crises of our time.
And many changes
It wasn't my plan to write a story.
in the name of personal health.
No matter kind of what the resistance I got and the backlash I got, this wasn't about me, this work, it was about protecting my kids, my Flint kids.
Giving her the courage to change the narrative.
There have been so many positive ripple effects, really led by our advocates and the people here in Flint that have made a difference nationally.
She says because what Flint went through,
We now have billions of dollars invested in safer drinking water. We have stronger regulations.
still acknowledging the crisis was preventable.
The neat thing is that we've been able to make sure that future Flints don't continue to happen.
But she's optimistic for kids' futures in Flint,
So that is a story that I am so excited to talk about.
saying the new RX Kids program has the same spirit as the Flint water crisis.
We, as a community, refuse to accept poison water, and we as a community are standing together and refusing to accept children growing up in poverty.
10 years later, this pediatrician and now author,
So here is another amazing example of Flint leading the nation.
leaving signatures in her book
For the kids.
and leaving her mark on the nation and on Flint.
We are grateful to Dr. Mona's dedication to our communities.
In Flint, I'm Blake Keller, WNEMTV5.